All right, we are live. So they changed how the camera controls work now in OBS.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. So if I go into this.
Uh-huh.
By the way, welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice. And yeah, we are here for your pleasure. So this is what it looks like now.
That's weird.
It's completely different.
Oh.
It's like through OBS now. So
Okay.
I did my best.
So what are we going to do next?
So, well, before we get into that, so Paula, you're done with your barbarian?
Yeah, I'm just going to call it a day on her.
Okay, so
Good.
she is going to move on to a new mini. I set some
What
aside
this
that might be kind of cool for her.
chick looks like.
So there is quite a few options for her. She can do whatever she wants. It's up to her. But yeah.
What did you just give me here?
I gave you a bunch.
I don't want to do this.
You don't have to
do that one. Who's this guy?
It's the Death Tyrant. He's kind of like the guy on the cover of the DM's Guide, or he could be the guy on the cover of Tomb of Annihilation. Esarak. Could be. What's up? What you looking at? Yes, we are fans of the team up north. Yeah, you could do that. I would love if you would make it dark blue at least. I know you don't want to do black or gray. So at least if you could do dark blue. You know, I don't know. It's supposed to be like a rogue.
Okay, I might be able to do that.
Okay. But that one would be really cool. I think. You have your
That's
Azamar over
contender.
there.
Oh, there's... Yeah, you got her.
That might be cool.
She could be cool. What should I do with her wings?
Gold and pink. I don't know. Yellow, pink, whatever. Almost like fire. I don't know. Whatever you wanna do.
Fire?
Almost like a phoenix. I don't know.
Like fire?
Or you could do it like an angel. I don't know. It's your choice. It's whatever you want to do. So we were supposed to play Keep on the Borderlands the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill got sick.
So sad.
So
Sorry.
he was sick for a few days, and so we did not get to play that. So I hope you guys are not disappointed that we did not play Beck Me Keep on the Borderlands. We will be playing in 2 weeks' time on Tuesday. Next week, we will be doing a patron chat on Tuesday. So that'll be fun. At least Peter and Dave from Tactical Tokens will at least be on. So that'll be a good time. And then obviously we've got mini painting tonight and tomorrow. So whatever she chooses tonight, we'll be painting today and tomorrow. Friday, I have a special guest for RPG Talk. I should have the promo up tomorrow for that. Just going to confirm and make sure that we're still on for that. And then Saturday is that our Descent into Avernus game?
Yeah, I can't use this.
You can't use what?
This guy. The base is too small.
Oh, yeah, but you don't like using it anyway.
Yeah, but it's nice to have at least a base on him. Oh, I can just glue this one on.
You could. You need super glue though, right?
For sure I do.
Let's see if I have super glue. I don't know where my super glue is. I have no idea where the super glue is. None. Zero. Zilch.
Hook me up, man.
I don't have super glue.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to go get some.
I have no idea where it would be.
I'll go get it.
Is it in here?
I got it. Excuse me.
Watch me find it as soon as you leave.
Probably.
So, yeah. Anyway, so we've got our Descent game this weekend. We've got other stuff too. There we go. That's where that stuff is. And then next week is our Tyranny of Dragons game on Saturday. So we posted. Peter from the channel BN Drake made a little video that was like a little compilation of some funny moments from our first couple episodes, and it was pretty hilarious. So if you want to see that, head on over to the Discord. But all of us were just dying laughing. It's actually in the playlist. If you go down to the channel and look at the Tyranny of Dragons playlist, it's the last video in there. What you're looking at says, I haven't painted minis much at all. Do they make metal flake paint like cars? Oh, no. We don't paint a lot of metal ones though either. We do, and we use like your over-the-counter craft store paints pretty much. So
Jeez,
you're gonna do that every time, aren't you?
I probably.
Don't super glue your fingers together.
I found this small petite bottle of super glue.
So what you're looking at says, I haven't painted minis much at all. Do they make metal flake paint like cars?
I don't understand the question.
It's okay. I didn't fully get it either.
Paint with flakes in them. Oh, yeah, you can buy paint like that if you want to. I mean, I think most people don't. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone doing that. I've tried to explain it to you before, and you won't do it. Oh, here's the books, though, by the way.
What books?
With her Lily.
Oh, let me see.
So this one's got kind of some stuff that's probably not for her age. I was going through it just now, and I was
that
like,
book you gave her to read, I don't think is like her.
I didn't expect her to read that right now.
Well, now she asked me if she can try and read it. So
sure, she can try to read whatever she wants. So those are cool. Those are just writing prompts for her. But yeah.
Oh, this is great. Okay,
textured
so
paints are
complete
cool.
The story. 150 stories for you to finish using your own creativity. These are great.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
If you're going to join the realm of cosplay, you have to be committed. You can't just wear a witty t-shirt, carry a lightsaber, and call it a day. You have to be all in. This year, a group of us are doing a theme and meeting up in San Diego for the original Comic-Con. We're dressing as blank.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
She'll love it.
This would be good.
That one's a good one. The second one on the list, I think, is all right. It's not as good as I thought.
I love this one.
Yeah, there's not as much in there as I was hoping.
Doesn't matter. She just likes to
do random crap.
You know? Yeah. Fun stuff. Has nothing to do with D&D, sorry.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be about D&D.
Like dry earth that cracks when it dries. So you can get paint like that. I don't know that a lot of people use that for miniature painting, though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the paints like that, the cracks that it would give you would be too big for a miniature.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so what did you choose that one then?
Yeah, and now I'm kind of like, maybe I shouldn't have put the base on there because it would have been easier to paint underneath without.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you just to paint.
I mean, it's fine. It's all good.
I mean, it's not like you haven't had to paint miniatures before that already had a base on them.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's all good. Yeah, bases make sense that people would use paint like that. So, the Rat Folk video is up for Paizo's Pathfinder 2nd Edition. The Tengu video, I was planning on recording today. I did not. I will see about recording it tomorrow. And then hopefully this weekend I'll be editing it. I'd like to have it up Sunday. That's my goal.
You know what my goal is?
And then next week I want to get the Versatile Heritages up.
Tomorrow, Monster of the Week or whatever the game is, I need to play a character because they want to chat on
Yeah, are you going to be able to
Friday.
do that at 8 o'clock? If I'm out here for an interview?
At 7.
Right. Central, which means it's 8 o'clock.
Oh.
Are you available at 8 p.m. to do that?
Maybe I just might be a little late.
I don't even know if they realize you're playing because you haven't replied to any of the emails. It's you, Laura, Tom, Bill Allen, and Dave from Nerdarchy as players. For Monster of the Week.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to, you need to help me with it tomorrow.
I'm going to get I can try. I know nothing about it either.
I mean, neither do I. That's why we were
They said it's easy. Just fill out the thing. You open it and fill it out. You made it sound like it was a cakewalk.
Do we think this person has clothes on? This person has clothes on. Okay.
They're a rogue, of course.
Well, you couldn't really tell whether they just have, like, you know, their back open. Like,
no. They're a rogue. They wear clothes. Did you find the cardboard thing for it?
No.
Should I find it?
There's the
I'll
cardboard
find it. I'll find it.
thing?
You paint. You paint. Of course
I
there
don't even
is.
know what I'm doing.
I think almost all those ones. have
Okay.
that. What do you mean you don't know what you're doing?
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
You always know what you're doing.
I never know what I'm doing. Keep almost drinking the wrong water.
So separate where they're at.
Well, this is what he looks like. She looks like.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Shows all the details and everything.
Okay, guys. I got it.
But yeah, I would love a dark blue cloak. That's all I care about.
It's going to be like periwinkle.
Isn't that bright? I don't want bright.
No, but it's going to be like a darker shade of like like a periwinkle. But darker.
Just show me when you're done. Tonight's not going to be the same without roll stats. I have a feeling he's not going to be here.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm sad.
I do hope he is feeling better.
Lasagna Druid was supposed to be here tonight. I don't know if he's here yet. All that good stuff.
I don't know. It's sort of a weird day today. You know?
Mm-hmm. Always. There we go.
Okay. What?
I just posted on Twitter that we are live painting miniatures over on the YouTube channel. Come join us.
The
Hey, Druid is here.
YouTube.
Lasagna Druid. So every time I see your screen name, I start thinking of Spaceballs. What was it? Pizza the Hut? Because I don't know why. I just do. Because Pizza the Hut, the
I know what
have
you're
you seen the
talking
movie?
about. Yes.
Kind of looks like a giant lasagna.
Of course I've seen the movie.
Which also reminds me of the original Legend of Zelda that had monsters in it that looked like lasagna. Oh, Citadel paint. Then it's intended for that. Yeah. We're not like masters of mini painting here.
We don't know things.
Not at all. But it comes out looking good. Well, when Paula paints it.
I mean, like, sometimes.
When Paula paints it. But yeah, we use like... You can go to Walmart and buy most of the paint we use. Most of the paint.
Yeah, it depends.
But Paula will be quick to tell you, no, we use Liquitex paint for the 1 in 10 miniature she uses.
It depends. I said it depends.
Dinosaur lasagna. Isn't that from like
Makes me think of
Adult
dinosaur
Swim or
lasagna.
something?
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Garfield.
Lasagna. Yeah. That's true. So you bought this new paint tonight.
Yeah.
What would just because?
Yeah, so this brown that we currently have is a really dark brown, and so it's actually more in a gray family versus a yellow family for a brown. So when you lighten it, it gets very
creamy,
like a creamish kind of gray color. It's not really a warm brown.
I forgot about that. Provokers, you blasphemous heathen. Yeah, I forgot about the dinosaur lasagna thing from that. My bad. I don't even remember what that was from. I just know they always used to talk about dinosaur lasagna for some reason. But I don't remember what started that or where that came from. There were a lot of inside jokes from Provokers, though. Every time I get a $5 pizza from Little Caesars, I want to post about Hot and Ready's. This mini's going to be awesome. I have a feeling it's going to be one of my go-to Rogue minis.
Whatever, you're probably going to be like, oh my gosh, this looks terrible.
Probably, if this periwinkle's not dark enough.
It's going to be dark enough.
Whatever. We will see.
This is going to get in my way.
Yeah, I feel like the dinosaur lasagna thing came a few episodes in. Like maybe 3 or 4 episodes in. Didn't you say the debates were tonight?
Yeah, the VP debate starts at 9.
Nobody's been talking about it. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but nobody's like mentioned that they're watching it or anything.
I mean, the first one was kind of a hot mess, so...
Yeah. For sure.
Like, regardless of who you like, the first one was just like, what's going on?
It's whatever. So anyways. I've slept since then. I hope so. So I want to get the Reaper Bones 5-headed dragon. It's like $140 or something. But it's massive.
Yeah, and who's going to paint that
I
for
would
you?
paint that one. No, that one would be me. Because I'd be trying to make it look like Tiamat. Whereas you'd be like, I want to use all the colors of the rainbow. And then some. I want to shimmer it up. Can we put sparkles everywhere? And I'd be like, no.
It would look great, though.
Probably. It just wouldn't look like what I want it to.
Probably would look better than that.
Probably. But still wouldn't look like what I wanted it to. Because VPs don't do much. True.
What?
Oh, do you have a 3D printer? I'm so jealous. Especially lately. I've seen some really nice STL files out there. And 3D printers now do a really good job. It would be nice to get certain like terrain features too. Like really intricate fountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to use like a 3D printer for like generic basic stuff, right? I mean, maybe like you would do it for a tile, but then you'd get a mold of the tile and just, you know what I mean, just mass produce it rather than use a 3D printer for continual ones. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to waste on just blah stuff. An Ender 3 for Christmas. Oh, that was nice. Are those good ones? I don't know a lot about 3D printers yet. I have not started to go down that road yet. I'm probably a good year away from there. Depends on how well I do with my YouTube channel. If my YouTube channel does really well, maybe I'll get one. Oh, yours is bigger? Yeah, Nate lives like 15 minutes away. Maybe 10 minutes. We were talking about his 3D printer not too long ago. What would you 3D print, Paula? Just miniatures to paint?
No, probably non-miniature things.
Non-miniature things? Like what?
I don't know.
I saw one today that was kobolds. And one of them was like riding a
I'd probably paint stuff for
giant
like
worm.
the kids.
Mm.
That's what I would do.
Ender 3 is $200 entry printer that is also very good and popular. It is more of a hobby than I knew. Tweaking and fixing the printer to keep it going right. Oh. Do you have to mess with it that much? Sounds like a pain in the butt. I know you have to keep like the plate or something super clean. Yeah, there's some intricate things about 3D printers that kind of scare me away from getting into them. Just seems like a lot to know.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I feel like you would end up printing a bunch of minis too. I really do think you would. You'd be like, ooh, this one's kind of cool. Look, it's got wings. Mine prints well for a while, then we'll mess a little bit. I'm just also lazy. Hey, self-awareness matters. Yeah, I don't know. My big thing right now is just really trying to understand Pathfinder 2nd Edition before our game, before we create characters in a couple weeks.
What are we creating characters for?
The Fall of Plaguestone campaign. Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
When did that start?
Friday in 2.5 weeks. So next week is supposed to be Monster of the Week. And then the following week, we're doing a Session 0 for Pathfinder, 2nd Edition. And I'm hoping it's not a super long campaign. I think it's going to be kind of short. Because the module is like 64 pages.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it won't... I mean, it could be, since we're only going to play it like once a month. I mean, it could take a year. Maybe.
Could take a while.
But if you think about it, like Descent into Avernus, we've been playing for a year now.
Yeah. We've done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're so slow.
Yeah, but there's like huge dungeon crawls in there. Like, just here you go. Here's a massive dungeon crawl. Boom. And like most of it's insignificant. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's a thing. Let me... A busted up sarcophagus. Let me stick my hand in it. Oh, I mean, crap. Like it's just there for no reason. Yeah, but it's the point is story-wise, it's just there. There's no reason for it. You know?
Oh, I mean, I think that's how a lot of the modules are. You don't think so?
I mean, yeah, that is how a lot of D&D modules are. This is not like that. Everything is pretty much purposeful, I feel like, in here. Like, there's like tiny dungeons, but they're not even really dungeons. You know? Like that one had like 30 rooms.
Yeah, that is kind of big.
Yeah, it's massive. There's no reason for all that. Especially when there's only like 2 to 3 rooms that mattered.
Second level.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 rooms that made any difference. You know?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It just didn't make a lot of sense. There's no logic behind the dungeon design. And then it just slows things down, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm having a lot of fun with that campaign. I'm just saying it doesn't feel... I feel like, yes, you want to mix things up. You don't want everything to be intentional, but everything should have an intent. If you have a room that's not intentional for the story, the intent should be to throw things off, to create tension, to create, question, something. You know what I mean? That's just my
filler. That's what it was. It was just like filler stuff.
Well, yeah, it was pointless fluff.
You're learning
logic. I ran a module with a calzone gem or golem, not gem.
You're learning about your character.
No, you're not.
You are. You're developing your character development is important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're learning how to work together as a team.
It didn't teach you any of that. You guys.
Well, that's more of a player issue than a module issue.
Yeah.
But
I'm okay with
together.
it.
We're working together as a team.
Kind of now. You weren't before at all. You know, after this, I'm just going to want to watch one episode of Cobra Kai and go to bed, right?
No, we're going to catch up on the debates.
You're not going to be able to catch up. It's going to be live still.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah, I got to go take it. I forgot. I don't want to forget like last night.
How do you forget? You should take it when all the kids are going to bed. That should be your cue. Every night. Yeah, so I just feel like... So, one, I do like filler in modules. I use it in games I run all the time anyway, sometimes just to pass time, to give me time to think about how I want to handle certain things coming up. So, like, for example, say I have a campaign going, and the players they took a turn I didn't expect. I might move a combat I had planned to this new spot, maybe reskin some stuff, and I might purposely slow things down a little to allow me to think about where they're going or what I can do with what they did. Like maybe I can just reskin everything I prepped, or maybe I can just insert a whole new side quest or whatever. And so in that sense, I like when you have filler and stuff like that as a dungeon master. When I'm playing a printed module, I still think it's fine because again, it still lets you like, you know, think about things, plan things, learn a little bit about the characters. I feel like some of the stuff is meant to drain resources in a lot of these. And it, like, especially in like Descent into Avernus and stuff, it felt like everything was more difficult than the player characters would have been ready for. I mean, it was tougher. We had 2 or 3 characters die in the first few sessions. And then we're doing the same thing in Tyranny of Dragons right now. And we've killed 1 player and 2 familiars. So we're just cruising through players. But that's, I feel like, what happens in these D&D modules that just add a lot of filler. They're just like, yeah, we know that you're only dealing with 2nd level characters, but here's their 12th encounter for the day. Dead.
But you get to practice playing a lot of different types of characters than if you're a new player.
Get to practice dying.
you get a lot of variety. It's really just Luke.
In that one, what about Tyranny of Dragons? We're really working on a couple characters.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen to Pike.
Pike's fine. Chance is probably gonna die soon. I have a feeling he's not gonna make it very far. Wait till the next set of stuff.
I haven't even come close to dying yet in that game.
Wait till you guys get to the next set of stuff. It does not get easier.
Well, I'm doing fine. Again, I don't know what's wrong with everybody else. Even in the Descent game, I'm usually doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. What is it?
Ooh.
Tell me.
Paul on my Discord posted it looks like it's a map set. Like a hex map that you can do. You can 3D print it. And it's like small little, look at this. Small little pieces of the map that you can put together on your table.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
To show like the world or whatever. Look at that.
Oh, that's super cool.
Isn't it? Like, I think it's cool too. 71 tiles for $41. And then obviously you can print them as many times as you want. Some massive tree. I'm going to post it in the chat because I'm sure people are going to be like, what is he talking about? There, posted it. Check that out. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever use it, but to put on like a shelf, like, here's our world. You know?
Well, that'd be a lot of printing for your entire world.
Not really. It's small. It's like this. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you only post like the areas that people are in.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right. Sorry, I had to respond to that because that was just too cool not to. So I'm going to pull up the Pathfinder book. That's what I'm going to look at right now. So I find it interesting that the Advanced Player's Guide... So in the core book, the ancestry feats, every ancestry only goes up to 13. When they came out with the Lost Omens character guide, they put out level 17 feats for ancestries.
Okay.
So you started getting some level 17 ones. Now, I don't know if they gave you level 17 for all ancestries or just specific ones. So, yeah, under humans, it goes up to 13. Yeah, nothing new for half-elves or half-orcs. Dwarves. Feels like it'd be more useful for war games. Yeah, maybe. I think it's just, it would be cool as a representation of the map for the world. But yeah, it would be just cool to have. I don't think it would be too useful.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a cool idea that they sort of link in together there. It'd be cooler if they were more like dungeon-style tiles.
Oh, that might be cool.
You know, and they sort of link up like that together. That would be really nice. And then you could kind of move them in and out.
Okay, so I lied. Nothing in the Lost Omens character guide seems to go up to level 17. I thought I saw that or somebody had said that before, but I was wrong. Or they were wrong, or both are wrong.
They just go up to level 13?
Well, in the Lost Omens character guide, it's random. Some are like stop at 9, some are less than that, some are up to 13. So this normally, with the core book ancestries, just gives you some extra things. It's not anything, too crazy. Okay, Hobgoblin goes up to 13. Leshies go up to
I feel like people got started
9.
in D&D groups again about the race thing.
Yeah, because
all of a sudden.
Why
did that happen all of a sudden?
Because 5e removed the rules for like attribute bumps or whatever.
Oh.
They did something.
I mean, like I knew that they were talking about that or whatever, but it felt like that
now it's
like died down, and then all of a sudden it's like renewed vigor.
Yeah, so now it's it's official that you don't get a bump for your race in 5e.
Hey, so
people are losing their mind on it.
This is sort of work related for me, but also gaming related.
Okay.
Is that at my conference, the virtual conference, like little mini lecture about how data analytics changed how Magic the Gathering deployed their products.
Oh.
And why things are deployed.
This was in your conference thing today?
Yeah. Yeah. He was talking about.
It froze. That's cool. Why is our stream freezing?
Huh. But he was talking about like data analytics at Magic the Gathering and how they've been using everything, and it was super interesting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. When life overlaps.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's cool.
So anyway, so the Advanced Player's Guide for the new ancestries, only 2 of them don't have level 17. And that's the Rat Folk, which is the video I did this week, and the Kobolds, which I did a couple weeks ago. Everything else goes up to level 17. And I just thought that was kind of interesting,
So why don't the other ones go up to level 17?
I don't know. I feel like it's a space thing, because they like to end things cleanly on a page. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but like you're missing content. Isn't that a big deal?
I mean, I thought it's a little crazy. Whatever. Streams don't freeze in Ohio. But yeah, so the Rat Folk stops at 13. The Tengu, which I'm going to have done this weekend, has one 17th level feat called Great Tengu Form. So, and then you turn into a winged Oni, which is like those giant orc things, I thought. But yeah.
Wait, isn't the Tengu the
It's a crow.
Crow?
Basically.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It's something else. In fact, someone was mad
It's
because
like
the
a
art
bird.
doesn't reflect the type of bird it is. What are they? Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know.
It doesn't say it. But somebody was upset.
Does anybody know?
Yeah, somebody knows. They were talking about it today in the Pathfinder group. Someone was complaining about the beaks because of how the beaks are in the artwork and they're not consistent. Corby. If a Tango and Corby get together. Is it a Corby? Is that the bird? I don't know. Anyways, but it does go up to level 17. So then next week, I want to cover the versatile heritages. So the way these work is these kind of work as like sub-ancestries. And you can tag them onto any ancestry. So like, you could be a dwarf of this. You could be an elf or whatever. Like an Azamar. You could be a dwarven Azamar. You could be a elven Azamar, human, whatever. But Changeling is one. Dampier, which is vampires. Duskwalkers, and Tieflings. So you could be like a dwarven Tiefling.
Oh, that makes sense. I like it.
Yeah, so it's like you have your ancestry, but then this is like that taint in your blood that makes you something else. So like you could also be a half elf and a half orc, but those only apply to humans.
Gotcha.
Yeah, versatile heritages are really
Why
cool.
why aren't there half dwarves?
Because it's a different species that can't mate with other species, supposedly.
Well, then why do we have half elves? Elves are not different species. Like, why can't you have a half dwarf?
I mean, I always thought it was dumb in the first place, but I don't know. I would have done it the same way they did the versatile heritages. I would be like, look, you can combo any race or ancestry, whatever you want to do. And then just whatever you do, you can use the half traits of them. You know? So maybe you never get certain abilities, but you can get partial abilities. I don't know. That's how I would have done it.
I just feel like, why not a half dwarf?
I don't know. Why did they ever make dwarves a class? And why did they make elves a class?
Because they were their own species.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just being honest.
So, changelings go up to 13th. Dampier has a 17th level. Azamar goes up to 17. Has two 17th level ones. One is Wings and one is Celestial Word. The Duskwalker, which is basically like being a ghost but alive, goes up to level 17. And Tiefling goes up to 17. So then, okay, so here you go. Now you're getting regular ancestries up to 17. So dwarves now have level 17. Elves now get level 17 in the Advanced Player's Guide. Gnomes, goblins, halflings. Not humans, though. Humans. Oh, no, they do. They do. They do get one. Half elf only goes up to 9th. That is okay. So yeah, I plan on doing the getting into the versatile ones next week, though. Once I do that, I'm going to jump over to the Lost Omens guide. I'm going to bust through those ones. And then I'm going to do the core rule book. But I'm also, I might do dwarves. But I'm going to do the dwarves based on the core rule book and the other 2 books. So I'm doing it all at once. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So that's why I started with the Advanced Player's Guide. And I'm kind of working my way backwards. But I think that's the better way to go. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, you do you, man. Whatever you want to do is fine with me.
I told you I was going to make that chart too. I'm trying to figure out how the power levels work in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Like what's powerful, what mixes well with other things. Not because I want to optimize, but I want to know what the extremes are of the system. Like what is a extremely effective character for various different things. And then what is like the worst that you can make, you know? And just so I understand the power differences and stuff. So I'm going to be making some Excel charts, probably using Google Documents or whatever, just to kind of compare things. And I'm going to like lay it out, you know, so it's like a visual representation of like what things look like by level. And I'm kind of excited to do that. It's the first time I've ever tried to look at something like a system that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll give me a better understanding of how things kind of work, you know, within the game.
Sure, I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And that's more just for fun. But once I do that, I'll probably make it a free download or something on my website too.
I also think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Free downloads.
Yeah, free downloads are great.
Mm-hmm.
Download all the things.
I want to get back to posting over there. That's like the perfect thing to do during the day, is to work on the website.
So do it.
That's
Do
the
it,
plan.
do it.
That's the plan. I'm surprised you didn't want to paint the Oracle.
I didn't even look at her.
She's awesome.
I didn't think about it. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing over here, so...
Yeah, look. That's the Oracle.
Oh, yeah, she looks super cool there.
I told you.
She's not going to look that sweet when I paint her.
Well, you wouldn't paint her like that. But yeah, she is pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's for sure not going to look
This
that
is the new Oracle. It's a Tengu that they're using now instead.
Oh.
They've changed that and they changed the Alchemist. Now the Alchemist is a goblin. It used to be a human. Or no, an elf, I think.
Are we ever going to finish that one Pathfinder game? What happened with that game?
I think that one's done. I don't think we can get everyone's schedules synced up. It's a lot of busy people, a lot of different time zones, you know. I've kind of given up on it at this point. The hood would have been better in Scarlet. You are just poking the bear, man. You are trying, man. What are you going to do when Michigan stomps Ohio State this year?
You're making me second guess myself.
Oh, no. He's screwing
now
with
I'm
you.
feeling self-conscious about my design choices.
He's saying that because he's an Ohio State fan.
I know that.
So why would you be self-conscious about that ugly color?
I mean, because maybe it actually does look bad.
No. Not as bad as the scarlet and gray. Now, a dark red probably would have looked cool. But I like the dark blue. That works for me. Dark blue.
It'll look better when I'm done.
I mean, every mini you've done looks better when it's done, rather than part of the way in.
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying that I think the color is going to look a little different when I'm done.
What you're looking at says, no, it looks fine. See? There you go. You don't have to second guess yourself anymore. So Paula was not a Michigan fan when I met her. She was a Michigan State fan.
Yeah, I know all the things about the sports.
Somehow you have your coworkers fooled.
No, they know that I don't know now. But, I mean, sometimes I hear things on the radio or you say things and I can repeat them and then I sound like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you don't. Why? Why what? What you looking at? Ooh, you know what I should do? So I ordered the spell cards for Pathfinder 2nd Edition today, too. They're supposed to be here next Wednesday. So I will probably do a video going through those. Actually, that'd be Wednesday. I'd probably go through them also that night while we stream mini painting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about spells. Why MSU? Her oldest sister went there. And then her dad happens to be an MSU fan.
My grandpa went there.
Oh, and her grandpa.
It started with my grandpa, then my dad became a fan because my grandpa went there.
Gotcha.
That's why.
Yeah, but your grandpa went there like pre-World War II. Like when it was not, it was like a high school size school.
Yeah, but not a lot of people went to school.
They were like a super agricultural. Like, they still kind of are, but...
I mean, that's why he went to school there. He went to school for logging. That was a school.
Logging? That's crazy.
Yeah, like, to be, so
wow.
He was the person when the logs would come down the river, he would look at the logs and he would tell you the maximum amount of boards you could get out of the logs and how to cut it.
Oh, because they had to hand do it then. Now they run it through a machine and it gives you everything.
Yeah.
It's like, you put it in like this and it's like, it's all the pieces.
So way back, but that's what he did. He was the one who figured it out. So then when the logging mills went under, that's when he became a gardener. I mean...
What you're looking at says, what's the draw on Pathfinder 2 over 5e? Granted, my home group is just now moving to 3.5. So, I love 5e. I just want to get that out of the way.
So wait, hold on. He's moving from 3 to 3.5?
No, he's moving from 5e to 3.5. His group is. Not necessarily him, but his group, I guess.
His 5e, he's moving from 5e.
That's what he's in.
3.5.
That's what I think it's implying.
Yeah, so I'm curious why he's moving from 5e to
Yeah, let us know why you're
so
switching to 3.5. And are you switching from 5e to it? So, we've played 5e almost exclusively since the day it came out. I love it. It's 2e to 3.5. Gotcha. So, I love it.
Also, why?
Yeah, why? Anyways, so I love it as a DM. It's super simple to run. I love that there's not a ton of rules. It leaves a lot up to the DM and to like come up with a ruling for things. It's not hard to homebrew rules or whatever on the spot. You know, pretty much whatever you want to do, it's easy. And I like that. But with the way you create a character, I don't like there's a lot of options from the standpoint that you can pick kits, right? So like if you choose a paladin, you choose the paladin main kit. Then you have the subclasses, and then it's like these tiny kits. And that's it. Like, other than that, you have not a lot of choices in the way you build your character. Yeah, you can at 4th level.
In 5th edition, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't get a lot of options.
You get like backgrounds and stuff like that.
That's all up front.
But
so you choose a background, you choose your class, you choose your race. Then once you hit 3rd level, you choose one of 3 things. And then at 4th level, you can choose whether you're taking a feat, as assuming your DM is allowing that because it's an optional rule, or you're taking an ability score adjustment. That's the depth of your choices in 5e. And then once again, in a few levels, you can do the same thing with the feat or ability score. But other than that, there's not a lot of choices, right? So like once you've played a fighter in 5e, you've played that fighter in all of 5e pretty much. There's not a lot of differences mechanically. The thing I like about Pathfinder is you still have a little bit of that with like choosing things. So like you might choose a fighter, but you don't, or a barbarian. You'll choose a barbarian, and then there's like sub-barbarians, but you get choices every other level and how you want to make that barbarian. So that barbarian you could make all about like animals and take different feats that go down that path. None of the feats feel game breaking. They're pretty well balanced, which is nice. But so like a lot of the things you're choosing will actually influence roleplay a lot. And I've done some videos about this in the past, like going over the core rule book and stuff like that. But it just feels, again, like you're constantly making choices when you level up that can be based on how your character's evolved already or how you want your character to evolve going forward. And I feel like it inspires a lot of roleplay. Now, Pathfinder 2e, so first edition is based on D&D 3.5. It's cleaned up some rules, which people tend to prefer Pathfinder over 3.5. So that's also why I'm interested in finding out why you're interested in 3.5 and not first edition Pathfinder. Second edition Pathfinder streamlines a lot from 3.5 and then balances things out a little better. And it like, so it's also got some other things that are nice about it. It's got a really nice 3-action economy. So rather than worrying about if something's a movement action or a this action or a that action, you basically get 3 things you can do. There is 1 free action around that might be, to whatever, like talk or whatever.
Yeah, so the 3-action economy is nice because you can create combo moves for yourself.
Yes.
And you can set yourself up to do a little bit more stuff than what you would normally do. Sometimes in 5th edition, because you get 1 action, you are trying to set yourself up for something, but then that something doesn't do what you needed it to do in order for you to do the something you want to do. And now you don't know what to do next time because you were going to do this other thing.
Yeah, it's not, you don't have as much flexibility in 5e compared to Pathfinder 2nd edition.
That's why the action economy is nice.
It's part of it, yeah. So it's when it's your turn, you get a little bit longer because obviously you're doing different things. You might, first round, you might have moved and done some stuff. Second round, you're within range of things. So you could, in theory, hit things 3 times. Now, there's penalties for each consecutive swing. Or no, each consecutive hit. So if you hit once, the second time you go to attack, it's going to have a little bit of a penalty. Or a big penalty, depending on how good you are. And then the same thing, if you hit the second time, now the third time, it's going to have a bigger penalty. There's different feats that give you different kinds of attacks. So like you might be able to use a feat which now allows you to do 2 things as 1 action. So you might be able to move and hit now as a single action, and it's called like a charge or something. So that's what's cool about it, I feel like. As you level up, like you feel like you're able to do new cool things. A lot of it has a lot of flavor to it. So that's what I really like about it. So as a player, I feel like Pathfinder 2nd edition is really close to my ideal system. As a DM, 5e's closer to my ideal system. Now I just need to find something in between there.
So you don't want to mess with all the rules and the customizations as a DM.
Correct. I wouldn't care if I would totally run Pathfinder 2nd edition using D&D 5e rules for the most part. You know what I mean? Like I would totally throw out some of the stealth, how they do stealth in Pathfinder 2nd edition, or throw out how they do, trying to locate or find things in Pathfinder 2nd edition. So there's a lot of, what are they called? Conditions, right? In Pathfinder that can apply to people, items, whatever. It's not as bad as it looks, but the terminology is a little weird. And so I'm not even going to try and get into that. But in order to hide, you can't be seen, right? So if you're around the corner, you can then hide, right? Once you're hidden, they might have an idea that, hey, they came in this room, okay? So they can actively search for you. But they aren't going to, like in 5e, you're just going to say, oh, you have disadvantage. You don't see them. That's it. You don't see them. It's that simple. In this, there's like 2 different tiers to this. There's like, you don't see them, but they're here. And then there's, you don't see them and you don't think they're here kind of thing. So there's like another level there. And that's kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. I get it. Like, oh, I know the goblin went behind those crates. I'm going to light it up with some magic and hope I hit. You know? But it's not like it just gives it partial cover or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's got a separate condition. And I'm going to pull up the conditions just because.
Okay.
I think they might be in the appendix.
So he said, my cousin and uncles have played since the original Red Box came out. Said cousin is stubborn and has all the 2e books. He also likes Crunch. The rest of us wanted to move on.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So you're going from 2nd to 3.5. Well, if he likes crunchy stuff, I mean...
Jump to 2nd edition Pathfinder, man.
Well, I wasn't going to get very far there, huh?
What?
I was like, ready to paint.
Oh, backwards, and yeah, it happens. All right, maybe they are under... So the other thing that's kind of daunting for people is the size of this book freaks people out. However, the core rulebook gives you everything except for monsters. Like, you could play campaigns with this, no problem. The beginner box comes out soon, too. In a couple months. I kept stats on Little League baseball teams. Like, how so-and-so hit against lefties on Tuesday nights. Like, crunch. Then why is he not playing Pathfinder? Like, seriously? So Pathfinder, I think, appeals to more people.
Because he likes to number crunch.
There's number crunching in this, especially if he's the DM. Like, you can get into some number crunching. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here, too. Where is it? He'll like 3.5, especially if he's running it. Like, mind-numbingly boring crunch. And I'm a tax examiner for the IRS. Yeah, that's rough.
Okay, well, that's probably bad. Also...
So just tell him that Pathfinder has physical damage, energy damage, alignment damage, mental damage, poison damage, bleed damage, precision damage, and that alone might get him going, how does that work? Conditions. 454.
Tax examiner does sound like a lot of fun.
Okay, so here's the thing. So here's one of the conditions. It's undetected is one of them. A creature you're undetected by doesn't know where you are. So that's one of it. Here's the other one. Hidden. A creature you're hidden from knows your location, but can't see you. So that would be that example of, oh, I'm behind the crates. So I'm hidden. It knows my location, but it can't quite see me. Right?
Right, it knows you're back there.
Right, but if I moved there quick enough, I may have been able to do it undetected. So undetected is better than hidden.
That's kind of cool that it has different...
Right. But yeah, so like it's got these conditions that some people get freaked out by because there's a lot of them. I think there's like 24. But they don't apply like necessarily to all the, to people necessarily. I backed Iskaloft just for him. Oh, really? Did you get him playing it? Broken, for example. This item can't be used for its normal function until repaired. So again, that's a condition, but it's not a condition that applies to a character. Like when you think of 5e, all the conditions apply to characters.
Yes.
And so when people hear, oh, wait, there's 24 conditions, they think, what 24 things can happen to me?
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Controlled is one. Another creature determines your actions. So that'd be like if you were mind controlled or something. Like, that's not a condition in 5e, but I'm sure there are things like that. Like, fear makes you run, right?
Yeah, why not? I don't know.
You're out of control. I don't know.
I mean, most of the time.
So yeah, the conditions, again, it's the terminology isn't necessarily the way I would think of things. Like, it's not as intuitive on the surface, but with practice, I would figure it out.
I think it's just different because you're not used to it. That's all.
Right, I'm not used to the words that are used. That's all. But once I've done it a little bit, I think it'll be fine. So I really like it. I like the idea of playing a game, and when it's my turn, not just swinging my sword. So, like, there's things in the rules about using your skills during combat. You know, whether you're trying to distract an enemy. So maybe you've hit it once or twice. You know the penalty is so hard or so high that you're probably not going to hit it again. Now you might do something to help your party member. You might try to feint, or which is like a fake attack or whatever, trying to like lure them. You might.
So why don't you can do that, right?
In Pathfinder, yeah.
Why can't you do it in D&D?
You could, but why? If you might as well just use the help action. I mean, that's already in the rules, but nobody does it.
Yeah, you can use that rule, but you can flavor it however you want to.
Yes, but the point is it's different in there. It's much more generic in 5e, and
right, because
it doesn't.
They don't want to be restricting.
That's fine. You stop roll stats.
They don't want to restrict.
But there's things in here too where you can recall knowledge on creatures and things like that. So you could be like, I'm trying to remember, have I learned anything about these creatures in the past? Now in 5e, you need an ability for something like that. Like a specific class ability or whatever.
You don't need ability to remember things. Just make them roll.
No, but to know their
die.
weaknesses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like make them roll.
You could.
Like, you can just make it up. You don't have to, just because there's not a specific rule for it. Sure,
you could, but it's not built into the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, but it
so
doesn't have to be. You just like wing it.
I know you don't. It doesn't have to be. You also don't have to use any of the rules in the game to play the game, like for any of them. But that's not the point.
Saying.
His question was, why do I like Pathfinder 2e over?
Because he doesn't want to wing it.
That's not necessarily true either, though. So it lends itself to doing these things. Again, I have no problem doing this. I've tried to get my players to be more creative at times. They don't do it. They play the game the way the game is designed, usually.
Well, that's
everybody we've played with. Yes, everybody.
I mean, yeah, I contribute to that too, but I'm just saying I don't need it to be in the rules. I'm like, oh crap,
how
what
many
do
times,
I do? I don't know.
For example, how many times have I told you guys, hey, you can use all of these custom feats? How many times has anybody used any of the custom feats?
They suck, though.
They're better than all the other ones.
They never overlap into something I want. Like, I want to just, where was the one? Like, heal people. Or I don't want to take a feat so I can drink a potion as a bonus action. I don't have time for that crap.
Why?
Because,
that is so
boring.
Awesome. How is that boring?
Because I wanted something that's, exciting or
You know why that ties into your character? Because your character is drinking buddies with another one. The name of the feat is alcoholic.
My character is drinking buddies with nobody.
What's that?
My character is drinking buddies with nobody. What character are you talking about?
I don't know. One of the campaigns, your character's a drinking buddy with someone else.
No.
I thought you were.
Mm-mm.
What are your ties in the 3 different campaigns of 5e we're playing?
What are the 3 campaigns we're playing?
Let's start with Tyranny of Dragons.
Okay, I am...
Hunting buddies with Pike.
Yep. Okay. And I have...
That would work great for drinking.
Shared romantic interest.
That would work great for drinking, too. Okay, fine. What about the Barbarian from BlackRock?
I am competitive with Andrew's character.
Yup.
And I am hunting buddies with Nicole's monk.
And Nicole's monk was drinking buddies with Paul's character.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
But he's not there anymore.
Yes.
So there you go. You could be tied to her by drinking too.
Yeah, but you said I was drinking buddies with people. I'm not drinking buddies.
So
with
what
anybody.
about Descent into Avernus right now?
We don't do those ties.
We did.
We didn't.
You're on your second character though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We did do those ties.
Not with the subsequent characters.
Well, no, you can't at that point. I mean, you can, but that's not what we did.
Yeah, so we didn't do that. So I don't have any ties to anybody. I'm just a random person.
Yeah, I don't remember why your character joined them.
You didn't give me anything. You didn't tell me
did.
why I joined them.
Yeah,
No,
we went
you
over it.
just
You just
said-
never remember.
You just said that I was part of the, whatever.
You were over listening to everything that happened, and then you came in with you were already deputized.
Yeah, you just told me I was just supposed to meet up with them, basically. Like I was supposed to find them.
Yeah, because you were already
supposed to help them.
deputized by the guy, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't have any links to anybody.
Yeah, and you haven't formed anything since. Okay. Well, there you go. You could be a drinker. But no, there's other feats I had, like Die Hard, which is a really, really good feat.
What's that?
Like, you get advantage on your death saves.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that.
And you also get, like, to use your hit die for HP.
I don't die, so
on
I
your
don't.
turn
I
in
can't.
combat.
I don't need to use that.
You don't die. You've went through a character already in that game.
That's one.
And
game.
that campaign is guaranteed to wipe you guys out. Like, everyone's going to go through characters again. Guaranteed. I would bet on it.
Well, I made another character.
My point is there's feats that make it so you wouldn't have to if you wanted them. That's all.
No, I'm just gonna make another character instead. Oh, didn't I make some like crazy
See,
fighter?
you're just proving my point. No, not for 5e, did you?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
That's what I made with some like fighter or something if my character dies.
Gotcha. Anyways, so all you're doing is making my point. Is that when people play 5e, they don't want all that stuff.
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
know.
playing
You
5e.
said they were great, and I'm like, nah, they're not
No,
really
no.
that great.
The thing you were saying earlier is you could just do that in 5e. Bullshit, because nobody would ever do it anyway, is my point. So why force something that's not in that system onto people who don't want to play it like that? You know? That's not how it would work.
It's not that they don't want to play it like that. It's just like you don't always think about all that stuff, but you can still do it.
Kind of.
You know? Why can't you?
Because now
I feel
you're
like
making
you're just
it...
making up excuses for why
No,
you
I'm not.
can't do it. You
So
can
when
do
you
it anyway.
So you need to understand how it works in
You could
Pathfinder
just
in order to
faint,
say it's the
like-
same.
If you want to faint, just faint. I want to distract him by fainting.
That's an ability from a rogue. So if you let everybody do it, you're taking away the effectiveness of one of the class things.
Yeah, so other
So
people
you
can't faint.
Right. In 5e.
No, I mean in Pathfinder, you
Yes, you
said
can.
it's a...
No, it's not. In Pathfinder, it's not. In Pathfinder, it's a normal thing. Some abilities allow you to do that as well as other things, though. Like a swashbuckler can do that as well as like move and get out of the way and create distance and stuff. But that's the so that is one of the things that I see as being a flaw of 5e is like certain things, if you do allow them to do that, you're taking away what somebody else already has built into their class in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? Whereas like doing something like trying to identify an enemy's weakness in Pathfinder, it might give you a bonus to damage. Like you know how to get between the dragon's scales and get a +2 circumstance bonus or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so then from then on out, you get a +2, or sometimes it's just for the next turn. or the next attack, you get that plus to damage or plus to hit or whatever. Oh, the other thing that I like about Pathfinder, there's two other things that I really like. One of them is the way critical hits work. I like the plus 10. So if your DC is like 18 and you get a 28, you've crit hit. It's no longer if you just roll a 20 on the die. So I really like that. In fact, I think if you get a nat 20, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm forgetting, but I feel like if you get a nat 20, it jumps it up a level though. So like if you failed, but you rolled a nat 20, you automatically succeed. Does that make sense? Whereas like say you were fighting something with a really high armor class at low level, and you shouldn't be fighting it. You roll a nat 20, and that's a crit fail. Say it's like an AC 32. So a nat 20 might miss it, right? And it crit fails it because it's 10 under the difficulty. So now, rather than it being a crit fail, it would just be a fail because you rolled a nat 20. Does that make sense?
I mean, sort of. Yeah, I guess.
You understand THAC0, but you don't understand that concept?
I'm like half paying attention. I'm trying to concentrate on painting here, okay? I'm trying to do my best detailed work over here and make these high quality miniatures. You know?
That actually looks really cool.
Does it look okay?
I think it looks cool.
So far?
On camera, it looks sweet.
I mean, in person, it looks great too.
Wow, you haven't said that when you're only halfway done with the miniature before.
I was mostly being sarcastic, but it's fine.
But yeah, so I like that. I like the little built-in systems in it. But the crits are really cool. You crit more. There's abilities that you do that lessen someone's armor class. So for example, you can get them flat-footed, which is similar in 3.5. You had rules for things like that too. And so if you can get people flat-footed, you lower their armor class to, I think, just their dex at that point. Or maybe I think it's just their dex, yeah. And so then, you get a better chance to crit hit it. And there's critical hit weapon specializations. So if you've taken, I think there's like 2 levels of feats or 2 tiers of feats for your weapons, you get the weapon specialization when you crit. And so that's like a specific ability associated with certain weapons. So maybe you disarm them. Maybe you knock them prone. Whatever. Break their weapons.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it comes down to whatever the weapon is, and if you've taken the 2 feats that get you there. Our old system was if you roll an 18, 19, 20, roll again. If the result equals 38 plus, it's a crit. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's kind of a cool
1, 2,
idea.
3, roll again. If result is 4 or less, then it's a crit fumble. Oh, so that's just confirming criticals and stuff, it sounds like.
Oh,
so 1E kind of had... So 1E had that where you had to roll a critical twice to confirm it. And I never liked that. I don't like confirming a crit. I
just want to roll one time.
Yeah, I want to roll one time. And I do like exploding damage dice, though. That's kind of cool. Like if you roll an 8 on a D8, roll it again and add to the number. That's cool.
Yeah, that's just fun, though.
I like that. But yeah, confirming criticals, it takes away the excitement of, oh, I just rolled a 20. Oh crap, now I rolled a 16. Well, damn.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't like that. So,
Ooh, what happened?
Oh, Tom posted a picture of his... Actually, do I still have it up here where I can do it? I can. There it is. See? You can't see it, but he posted a picture of something he was painting.
Oh.
In Discord.
Is it super cool?
It's Age of Sigmar mini. It's like a big armored guy with a huge maul thing that's taller than the guy, and then it's got this halo of a gold sun thing. around his head, kind of. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, it looks like a good paint job.
Cool.
I mean, it's, he's using his handle just like you are. There's an excitement around confirming crits in a home game. Like, I can see why people might like to do that. Now, you did this for 2nd edition, where it's already a difficult system. Like, it's difficult to be powerful. So I could see how when you do confirm it, it's like a big deal. But, yeah, I just prefer the one and done, I think, for that. It's just, for me, there's something about once you get that crit, you get excited, but then you're like, oh, shit, I gotta do it again. Like, I saw the odds one time of doing that, and it's actually pretty low. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with playing a lot of ways. I've wanted to play D&D 5e, roll stats down the line. Like, you pick your character. You roll stats last, but you say, okay, I want to be this race, this class, this background, boom. Then you roll stats, 3d6, down the line, keep them where they are, and then you make an excuse of why your fighter has a 7 strength and an 8 dexterity, but he's got
You're
like
all
a
gonna die.
15 intelligence. No, you wouldn't. The math isn't that bad. The first level would be just as hard as normal. And then after that, once you start leveling up, you put the ability scores and different things. It wouldn't be that bad. Would it be harder? Yes. But I feel like it would be so much more fun to see what character, like, stories people had. Like, why is your wizard dumb as hell? like, why is he barely able to read? But he's a wizard. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that would be cool. Yeah. I like crit charts as well, personally. So what I tend to do depending on the campaign, because I've got a couple players in one game who don't like critical fails in our Descent game. Like, Luke really doesn't like them.
Oh.
And so I try to avoid certain things depending on what the group prefers. But I'll roll a d6, and then, like, my numbers mean different things. So if I roll a 6 on the d6, it might mean nothing happens on your crit fail. You just missed, and you're lucky. Roll a 5, you might suffer from disadvantage, or I might have advantage on my next attack on you. A 4, you might throw your weapon out of reach. 3, you might hit a friendly, as long as there's a friendly within 5 feet of the target you're trying to attack. And so on. And one of the numbers might be that you hurt yourself. So that's what I like to do. And then crit hits for 5e, I go by the rules, just to do double damage dice. Whereas Pathfinder 2nd edition, it's you multiply by 2. Or 3, depending on the weapon, I think. I think some weapons allow you to multiply it by 3. Yep. In fact, I'm going to look at that real quick.
Might be down for tonight.
Yeah?
Just with this guy, and then I can do, like, finish him tomorrow.
Yeah? Are you doing that good on it?
I mean, I don't know. I think he looks okay.
Okay. We can wrap. We can come back tomorrow night.
He looks okay-ish. No, I guess it's
it might not have the 3 times critical hit like it did in the previous edition. It might not.
He's lying to you guys.
Well, you had it in
do
first
the bases
edition.
on some of these. This guy doesn't have a base either. Do you want me to glue him onto something?
Oh, yeah, he's done. You can glue him. If they're done and they're not on a base, go ahead. They still got to get the finishing touch, but yeah. Where is... I'm trying to find, like, the critical hit specialization stuff. If you critically succeed.
Do you want these people who have like round bases?
Yeah, put them on a base still. Yeah.
You still want
Not
them
on those
there?
ones. So he's a Reaper Bones. He goes on the thicker bases. The flat ones go with
him, the Whiz Kids.
Nope, he's not a Whiz Kids either though. He's a Reaper Bones. The hard ones are the Whiz
No,
Kids. He was not.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
So
He
this
is.
one's on the right one.
Yeah, he's on the right one.
Okay. Well, I put this guy on this one.
Yeah, that's fine. He's supposed to be on that one.
Okay, so these are not supposed to be on that one. I don't think I have any more then.
Nope. No, none of those. You're Barbarian.
Yeah, she's got a really like round.
Yeah, but she goes on
Base,
that flat
though.
one too.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. Because she's a Whiz Kids one. The detail of the crotch cape is pretty cool. You're talking about on the Discord? Scapular. That's the real term. So we've had that
Crotch cape.
the
No,
scapular
it's already
mentioned multiple times on this stream by people to us because we always forget what it's called, and so we'll call it a crotch cape next time as well.
the crotch cape on which one? On this one?
No, I think he was
Or
talking
on
about
the guy in the Discord?
on
Not
the Discord
this
guy.
one.
Yeah, because look, I'll show it again.
Not this one.
Look, you can kind of see it, but
I can't see anything.
you can't
It's so
see.
small.
How do you not see that? That's what she said.
No, the blue rogue, the golden
This one.
black. This one. No, he's talking about this one. That looks cool. That looks super cool.
See that little sun thing around the head that I was talking about?
Yeah.
And then this giant maul that's like practically useless because it's so damn big.
It's great. I love it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think it's cool.
They can come fight each other.
I'll have to look. Now I forgot where it is, but that's okay. All right, we can end. So we will be back tomorrow night with some more mini painting. She will finish that. And who knows, maybe if she gets it done in time, we will move on to another one by the end of the stream tomorrow. You think you're that close? Is it possible, you think?
No, it'll probably take me tomorrow.
Just the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I gotta do, like, details. All I really have is just, like, blacks. Color
Gotcha.
blacks down.
Gotcha. So, all right. So hit that subscribe button if you're new. And we will see you guys tomorrow for more mini painting.
Bye.
Game on.